medical legal aspect of injuries, what are the things you have to look for, while examining injuries? We talked about classification. We have basic ideas, what are things you're going to write it down while examining injuries. Now, first and foremost is cause of injury. Was it a mechanical injury or non-mechanical? Mechanical, non-mechanical, but you have to write it's a abrasion caused by blunt force injury. It's a stab injury caused by sharp force injury. It's a firearm injury, or it's an electrocution injury, or it's a burn injury. Cause of injury. What is the cause of injuries? So that is what you have to write it down. Direction of injuries. There are certain injuries which can give you idea about the direction of the force involved, such as in incisions, you can know the direction. Right? Even in firearm, we can know the direction and distance of injury. Okay, so you have to write down the direction of injuries wherever it's possible. Certain injuries are around, so it's possible, and you have to write that down as well. Time of injuries, antemortem ho कि postmortem ho, त्यति मात्र होइन. Also, even in case of abrasion, contusion, we can know the time, exact time of injury. कसरी थाहा पाउँछ होला time of injuries, abrasion, contusion, even in incisions? How do you know the time of injury? Can anyone answer that? How do you know time in abrasion, contusion, or even in
blood loss हेरेर कति भएको छ, कति कट अनुसार कति blood loss भएको छ भनेर.
Okay, blood loss ले time थाहा पाउन सकिन्छ?
blood clot हरुले पनि म्याम.
Okay, blood clot ले, okay, clotting time बाट पनि थाहा पाउन सकिन्छ. Anything else? Blood clot सँगै related छ.
I'm color हेरेर पनि थाहा हुन्छ, जस्तो ताजा कुन छ भने रेड कलरको हुन्छ नि, बिस्तारै निलो हुँदै जान्छ नि.
Color कसरी पहिला red हुन्छ फ्रेशमा, त्यसपछि it changes color. How does this color change takes place? Pathology-मा पढाएको छ नि तिमीले. Incision-मा पनि there is a fresh cut हैन सुरुमा, त्यसपछि कसरी it changes its nature. You answer the line. Healing pattern. All right. So it's a healing pattern. Healing pattern determines the time. Okay. It determines the color change. Contusion, especially contusion. All right. Contusion, so we can know the exact time of causing injury. Time kina importance of when you are examining injuries, it's not related. I know you it's not related only with death, but it is related with living as well. Kunai pani rape cases ayo, rape ko case ayo, injury cha, contusion cha body ma, उले भन्यो मेरो रेप हिजो भएको थियो भनेर. तर हेर्दाखेरि त्यो contusion को healing pattern हेर्दा एक हफ्ता अगाडिको जस्तो देखिन्छ. Does that tally? Whatever accused or victim is saying cannot be a final decision until the evidences are matching with the statement, right? So you have to have evidence for whatever the statement he or सबैजना innocent, कोही innocent हुन सक्छ, हैन, yet can be alleged as an accused. कोही चाहिँ accused हुन सक्छ, हैन, innocent लाई accused मान्न सकिन्छ, अथवा real accused छ भने पनि he should be regarded as innocent unless proved otherwise, right? So time of injury is again very important. Healing pattern is very important. This is another medical legal aspect of injury. Next is identification of the object inflicting the injury. Okay, so cause of injury थाहा पाइसकेपछि blunt force injury भनेर थाहा भइसक्यो हैन blunt force पनि केले गर्दा भयो was it a cricket bat, was it a rod used, was a rope used, what was used? So again, identification of the object inflicting injury. Next is homicidal wound. Now, how do you know it's a homicidal wound and not a suicidal wound? Pandakiri, generally, when we differentiate between homicidal and suicidal wounds can be present in any part of the body, whereas suicidal wound, it is usually present in the accessible part of the body, such as over the neck surface, especially if he or she is a right-handed person, then it's present in the left side of the body. All right, so if the wound is present at the back of the body, then that cannot be a suicidal wound. So homicidal wound can be present in any part of the body, whereas suicidal wound, this specific part of the body is there. Wounds may be present in the inner side of the forearm or a hand of victim while defending or protecting. That is known as defense wound. Now, defense wound it's usually present in the inner side of forearm or hand of a victim. In the victim ko hatma. Okay, especially if he or she is trying to holds the weapon, again, that can be present in the hand, active or passive defense. I'll talk about that as well. Okay, so we can, in which part of the body the wound is present, we can classify as if it's a homicidal or a defense wound. Now, suicidal wound is present in the accessible part of the body, commonly by light weapon on the throat, and which is also known as cut throat wound. Okay, either it's present if sharp force injury is used, then it's present in the throat area, in a cut throat, or in the hands. In a suicidal cut throat, but suicidal wounds one typical finding is there that is known as hesitation cuts. Hesitation cuts are slight superficial cuts. Okay, so one is not so confident to commit suicide at the first place. So there are various hesitation cuts and one deeper cut. Okay, and that talks about suicide. Right, and at the end of the wound, there is a tailing of the wound. Direction matter. How do you know the direction? Initially, there is a superficial cut, then there is a deep cut. You're a single cut line. Suruma superficial huncha, bitsama deep huncha, and at the end, it's again superficial, which is known as tailing of the wound. I'll show you the pictures. All right, so that is a suicidal cut. And then tailing of wound may be present in both suicidal as homicidal wound. Talks about direction, but homicidal wound, it's more deeper from the beginning, whereas suicidal, it's superficial at the beginning, and at the end again it's superficial. Middle matter, it's severe, whereas homicidal wound is severe throughout. And accidental wounds, it's easier to find out. And accidental wounds again may be present in all parts of a body. Accidental can be both sharp force as blunt force injury. Any part of a body illness also. Accidental wound can be seen in any part of the body. Depth of the wound may indicate the force of penetration. Again, depth talks about the intention of a person and force of the penetration. Okay, accidental matra thyogi, was it a deliberate homicidal wound? Okay, so depth talks about it. Direction and dimension of a wound may help to indicate the position of assailant and victim. So we, while examining, Sorry for that. Okay. Now, depending upon gravity of injury, we have simple, grievous, grievous one and a simple one. All injuries which are not grievous are regarded as simple. All right, and grievous is okay, sorry. Start mathematics. Direction and dimension of the wound may help to indicate the position of assailant and victim. All right, whenever you are writing down or documenting injuries, the main purpose is to recreate or reconstruct the actual circumstances that was there before the incident. So we need to know where the assailant was, where the victim was, how the whole incident happened. Was it out of revenge or was it merely an accident? So isko lagi cha we need to recreate. So recreation kaबाट हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि we can recreate it by the type of injury, by the direction of injury and dimension, where we can know the relative position of an assailant and a victim. All right, that is why we need to know about direction and dimensions. Age of the injury, we have talked about the age, depends upon the healing pattern. Okay, we can know the age of injury as well as depending upon the before death or after death, antemortem or postmortem injuries. Position, number, and direction of wound can give clue for manner of production of homicide, suicidal, or accidental injuries. Why all these are necessary? Just to classify according to medical legal classification ko lagi we need it. Was it a suicidal injury, accidental, or homicidal injury? Now, depending upon gravity, we have simple, grievous, or severe injuries. Simple injuries are those injuries which are not grievous. I know it's very easy definition. Simple injury definition is very easy. All injuries which are not grievous are regarded as simple. Okay, and grievous injury is more serious in nature. And there are few clauses to be maintained under grievous injuries, like there has to be some kind of specific hurt, and it should be voluntarily inflicted, accidental voluntarily inflicted. And it should become within 7 kinds, has 8 only 7 has been mentioned in this slide. Please find out the 8th clause, which has been added. All right, so कसरी grievous injury, how do we classify grievous injury? It's according to Muliki and Kutpitko Mohalma also. So section 1 Liki define if somebody produces bleeding or wound or pain on and other harm on the body by means of weapon or by any way is known as physical assault. Kutpitko Mohalle assault like कसरी define गरेछ. If somebody produces bleeding or wound or pain and other harm on the body by means of weapon or by any way is physical assault. If any of the following conditions results from assault, that's amount to anga banga. That's a grievous injury, like we call it as anga banga pani bhanincha. Okay, where there is a permanent privation of vision, where vision is compromised. Either eye is known as first grievous hurt. Okay, so while you are defining grievous hurt, you have to define according to this number. Okay, you have to यो चाहिँ अब अरु चीज बुझेर पढ भन्छु म हैन तर यो चाहिँ कन्टे गर्नुपर्छ since it's a law. Okay, you have to write it down accordingly. You have to say, if you are asked in Viva, you have to say according to clause number 1, 2, 3, 4 गरेर नै भन्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. Okay, so permanent privation of vision, permanent privation of smelling power of nose, permanent privation of hearing capacity of ears, and permanent privation of talking power of tongue. So I have translated this grievous injury Nepali ma specify गरेको छ, which I have translated in English. Okay, you can write either in Nepali or in English. That doesn't matter. And fifth one is cutting breast of a female to loss of function. Sixth one is emasculation in male and infertility in female due to injuries. Okay, so if there's some kind of injuries to the genital organs which can further cause infertility or impotency, okay, impotency or infertility bhayo bhane, then that is also regarded as a grievous hurt. All right, and the seventh one is fracture and dislocation of joints of spine, hands and legs leading to disability. Okay, their normal functions to do their daily chores are compromised. You know, going to work is compromised, doing their basic necessity is compromised, then that is also under grievous hurt. Okay, now 8th clause, please find it out. If you are unable to find out, then I will help you in the next class. Okay, so these are grievous hurt. Now there are a few punishments as well. I don't want to go into detail about these punishments. You can go through the Mulike N as well. Mulike N अथवा उसबाट कसैको seniors-हरुसँग छ भने please find it out. Or I can pass on the slides, but I want you to do some research on this legal aspect. All right, so please go through it. Now let's start with injuries. Injuries go examination कसरी गर्ने. We'll talk about that. And we'll talk about the injuries in details. I know about abrasion types of abrasion, age of abrasion, what are the medical legal aspect of abrasion. So you have to go in detail for each injuries to find out, examine the injury to find out the type of injury and the causative weapon. All right. So examination of injury, how do you examine it? It should be in a well-lit room with the examination table, of course. I know normal oral examination injury examination. Chairs and tables are required. Stationaries are required. 6 inches scale is required. Why do you need a scale and measuring tape or height? Measuring scale. Kina science ola. Can anyone?
School extent and measure.
Extent on the we have to, yes, extent is right. The extent severity we have to know the dimension of the injuries. Length breadth depth So for that, in order to know that each and every injury should be measured. All right. So this inch scale measuring tape or measuring height measuring scale for the height of that victim. Okay, so that is required. Magnifying glass is required. Even lacerated wound may look like incised wound. So we have to differentiate between lacerated and incised wound. त्यसको लागि पनि magnifying glasses-हरु चाहियो. Digital camera, weighing machine, stethoscope, sphygmomanometer, torchlight, gloves, steroid swabs. So basically whatever you are using for other clinical examinations, those are required for injury examination. We'll stop it till here. Next class, we'll talk about blunt force injuries. Most probably our class is on Friday, right? Friday, no?
Yes, ma'am.
1 बजे लिन मिल्छ Friday? के छ?
Ma'am, posting भइरहेको हुन्छ 1 बजे त.
ओके अहिले त तिमीहरूको मैले पहिलाको जस्तो सोचेँ कति बजेदेखि कति बजेसम्म हुन्छ फ्राइडे 4 to 5 बिहान लिन मिल्छ हेलो नबोलेको हो कि यो क्लास चाहिँ अफ भइसक्यो
Ma'am, 4 to 5 the theory class or online theory or कुन subject को छ?
होइन फ्राइडे हाम्रो 4 to 5 होइन कति बजे हो हाम्रो क्लास फ्राइडे अहिलेसम्म फ्राइडे क्लासै लिएको छुइनँ जस्तो छ मैले सचिन आर यु देयर
Yes, ma'am. 4 to 5. Friday 4 to 5.
4 to 5 हो है ओके जस्ट इन केस बिहान लिन मिल्यो भने पनि लेट मी नो बाई टुमोरो ओके मिलेन भने 4 to 5 लिन्छु म हुन्छ
Okay, ma'am.
अलराइट
Okay.
ल ओके on Friday अनि प्लिज रिड अबाउट blunt force injuries है before coming to class
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you